Hi everyone, this is Tomo. Thanks for watching. いつもご視聴いただきありがとうございます。今日はですね、前々回に引き続き、一ノ瀬杏先生に、来ていただいております。
ありがとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございます。今日は、またね英語でちょっとお話をさせていただきながら、いつも他のチャンネルとか、一ノ瀬先生のご自身のチャンネルだったりとか、あるいは他の方とのコラボのチャンネルをちょっと見れないような、一面を少し、ラボしていきたいなとちょっと思っておりますので、人生とかね、プライベートのことちょっとお話をしていきたいなと思ってます。ちょっとねそういうところでこう実はそういうあんまりこう大事に思ってないというか、あんまりこう気にしないところが実は大事なことだったとか、実はそこにこうね人生の大事な本質が隠れてるとか、結構あると思うので、もうそういったところをねこうディスカバー、一緒に見つけていけたらなって思ってます。はい、よろしくお願いします。はい、
その前になんかここのロケーションについて触れないんですか？ロケ
ーションですね。とてもねこうどこなのここっていうね感じなんですけど、
なぜここなのか
ちょっとね撮影をしてまして、撮影時間が、ね、ちょっと終わってしまって、で出てくださいってね状態で日も暮れるところでね、いつも僕太陽がないと撮影をしないというねいつも外で撮影してる人なので、今日はねちょっと決めてね来たんですけれども、スーツでちょっと太陽がなくなる前にね、一緒に撮影できればなと思って今この外でね撮影をしている状態でよろしくお願いします。Alright, so I'm actually curious. I haven't asked you yet before, but why is your name Anne?
Oh, okay.
Who named you, and then what's the meaning of it behind?
Probably my father.
Probably your father.
So I think I mentioned that my father is Vietnamese.
Yes.
So An is a name that is used in Vietnamese as well.
Right,
Yeah.
Okay. Does it carry some meaning in it, or?
I'm not sure. I haven't really asked.
Maybe you should.
The kanji for it is like anzen no an
right.
and anshin no an.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's the kind of person that my mother wanted me to be.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Some peace and security.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That sounds good. Thank you. I was just curious about that.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about some faith.
Okay.
Right. Do you have any religion? Do you believe in some religion?
So I was raised as a Catholic. So my mother was Catholic. My father is Buddhist, I think.
Okay.
So as a child, as a child, I did attend like church and things like that. But
in Australia.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mother was a Catholic and the father was Buddhist.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
But these days I haven't really been doing much in terms of faith. No.
Okay. All right. So you used to go to church in Australia, but then the Catholic church.
Yeah.
But personally, you don't really trust in God right now.
Right now, I'm kind of on the on the fence, but
On the fence.
yeah, I kind of prefer like a kind of scientific approach to understanding the world. But the more I think about things scientifically, things just don't make sense, and sometimes I end up thinking maybe there is something that humans can't understand with their petty little brains.
Right.
So I suppose agnostic might be.
Agnostic, right.
might
You don't
be
know
good.
if there's God,
not sure.
right? Yeah, not
There's
sure.
no way I can prove it.
Right.
So,
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks for sharing. So, how's your agnosticism kind of help you? How does it help you in your like daily life, your way of teaching, your way of thinking, like everyday life? Is there any like relevance between?
Yeah, I think it makes me more open to ideas. I think I'm just
open to ideas.
Right. So if someone can present like a convincing argument that makes sense, then I'm prepared to change my opinion on things. And I think that's important in education.
Right.
We constantly have to, upgrade ourselves, and I think we have to stay humble.
Yeah.
No one knows everything.
Yes.
So
indeed, that's true.
I mean, I always say that if there's like, if all the knowledge in the world could be reduced to 100 pieces, we don't even have like one of them.
Right.
There's so much more that we don't know.
Yeah. True.
So that's why I'm open to ideas, and I suppose, and because I'm open to ideas, I like listening to different people's opinions, and just like learning and constantly trying to learn more about this wonderful life.
Right. So being agnostic kind of helps you behave like you're open to other ideas,
That's right.
People who have different values than you, and that totally makes sense. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So how's your I'm just curious, like, so your mom is Catholic,
Yep.
dad is Vietnamese and Buddhist,
Mhm.
and then now you're agnostic. So how do you, if I'm asked, like, as much as you feel comfortable, please don't feel forced
Yep.
to, like, just let me know.
Yeah.
But like, how does that play out in your like in your family?
I don't know. I suppose we don't really discuss these things.
Okay.
I suppose we kind of stay out of each other's businesses.
Yeah, in terms of like spirituality and
yeah.
faith, right? Okay.
Yeah. So
Alright.
yeah, there's like no hostility or anything like that. Yeah, but I suppose I don't really talk about these deep philosophical questions with my parents that much anyway.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't. There's nothing like terrible that's happened because of this. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm glad that you're open.
Yeah.
And that your openness and kind of acceptance, right?
Mhm.
Like sensitivity to cultural and
Yeah.
diversity. Yeah. That kind of made me understand why your demeanor is like that. Your
All
way
right.
of thinking is like that. It
Okay.
really helped me.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. So let's talk about life.
My favorite
Is there-
topic. Yeah.
Right. Is
Yeah.
it? Right. So what's your? You shared in our other videos
Yeah.
about your vision and mission that you felt toward education, teaching English teaching in Japan. But like in the broader picture, in life, like we say, like our life is 80 years or 100 years,
Yeah.
right? So what do you envision the life theme of you and like the goal of in life, and
Right.
how do you want to achieve it?
Well, I suppose one of my goals is to be the very best I can.
Mm-hmm.
Just make use of any talent that I do have. And yeah, I do kind of envision myself being able to make a big difference to this country for the better.
For Japan, yeah.
Yeah. So I lived in Australia for 20 years, but the reason I came back to Japan was because I love the country.
Yeah.
Of course, not everything, but lots of things I like about this country.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just growing my channel and getting a bit more influence
Right.
and interacting with different kinds of people and having interesting discussions to find out how we can make this country and maybe the world a better place. That's my life goal, I suppose.
Right. Which relates to your like vocational goal as well.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Good. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. We talked about kind of comic books that we
Yeah.
like, which is
Dragon Ball, yeah.
But any like media, it could be a movie or book that really influenced your life, and why and how.
I'm not really an avid reader. But the first book that kind of got me interested in reading
Yeah.
was a book written by Amuro Namie's mother.
Oh. Yeah.
So I was a big fan of Amuro Namie when I was a university student.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know as much as I could about her.
About her,
And
yeah.
I found out that her mother wrote a book about Amuro
Her,
Namie.
yeah.
So I read that. And that was probably one of the first books that I read from beginning to end properly. And that made me realize that reading can be a very enriching experience. So yeah, I started reading lots of books after that. I can't say this one particular book other than that impacted me. I think everything has probably influenced me without me realizing. And as for movies, I don't really watch that many movies, but one that came to mind was 永遠のゼロ Eternal Zero, I think it's
Eternal
called,
Zero.
about the war. And yeah, I don't know why I liked it. I think I liked the way that they portrayed Japanese people in that movie. The main character and his wife, they kind of talk using keigo. And I thought it's probably unusual
Yeah, it is,
in modern society, but
Yeah, it's not common.
I just kind of felt a certain sense of beauty in that, in the language as well. And yeah, Okada Junichi, a great actor.
Oh, yeah,
So yeah, I suppose that.
Okay. Wow. And how did that influence your life? Those two, no Zero, and the other one that you mentioned. What was that again?
Amuro Namie's
Amuro Namie's mother's book.
Yep.
Yeah. How did that influence you to be who you are now?
So I suppose, well, the book encouraged me to read all sorts of other books and expand my knowledge. The movie kind of I was able to reconfirm my love for the country and the language and the culture.
Yeah.
So yeah, positive ways definitely.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. And any other hobbies you have aside from teaching, reading, and YouTubing?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm interested in lots of things.
Lots of things. Yeah.
I like driving.
You like driving?
Yeah, I like driving. I'm not interested in cars. I'm just interested in the act of driving.
Active driving.
Yeah. So
Did you do that in Australia as well, or?
a little. Yeah.
A little.
Just
Oh,
a little.
okay.
But what I like to do while I'm driving is like thinking and talking as well. I like to talk to myself while I drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
like to think
you
about.
sing as well, or?
I used to.
I used to.
Yeah.
Used to.
Yeah.
Okay. Used to.
I was
Now
hop-
you talk.
Yeah. I was hoping I'd get better if I practiced, but
Okay.
couldn't quite get there. Yeah, driving. What else? Yeah, just learning, imagining things, and well, I'm also passionate about language. I think you're also passionate about language. The power of human imagination and the ability to influence people using language. I mean, I'm absolutely fascinated with those fields. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you say imagine, what do you particularly imagine?
I just imagine like the future, I suppose, what might be
Future,
possible.
Right.
I do believe that everything begins in the mind. Every new invention that was ever made in the history of humanity probably began in somebody's imagination.
Yeah.
So I like to imagine big changes that I'm going to make to Japanese society in the next 5 to 10 years. And once I have that image, then I can start thinking about the specific steps I need to take in order to realize that dream. And yeah, it's just really. It's an amazing kind of power that humans have, I think. It's the ability to imagine that everything makes sense in my mind, but in order to convince other people and to share my vision with other people, I need to be able to articulate that well. So that's what I'm working on at the moment.
Right. And the people's comprehension level is different depending on the person that you mentioned earlier. So it makes it hard too.
It is. Yeah.
But one of the dreams that you have, your current goal is to achieve like 100,000 subscribers. On
Yeah,
YouTube channel,
that's right. Yeah.
I'm cheering for you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
I really hope you can.
Yes, I will do it.
Because that could be the catalyst in media that where you can really influence other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people like me, people like other people who use English, who love English, to come together.
Yeah.
And the learners as well come together and then learn as well. So that can be one really catalyst, I believe.
Yeah.
As I talk to you.
Yep.
To be the catalyst for the people to change their mind.
Definitely.
Or it could be the opportunity for them to.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, John Sensei.
No worries.
All right. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope I've got some ideas and some motivations and some realizations that you haven't even thought about or thought of. And thank you again. And God bless you, your loved ones. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.